great to see you. Today we're going to talk about balanced and unbalanced forces. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to look at a PhET simulation. Do you remember the simulations that we did before? We talked about the skate park and how we had the gravity pulling down, we had friction, we had potential energy, we had kinetic energy. Ooh, there's a whole lot of energy going on. And we're also going to build a tower out of paper. Super fun. Hey boys and girls, I also want to let you know that sometimes I apologize if my camera work is not the best. I'm here by myself, shooting this video, giving you the information, editing the video, and sometimes it's just really hard to do, to hold the camera, to do all these different things when it's just me. I'm doing the best I can. I hope that you understand. All right, let's go take a look at the PhET video. Okay, so we're at the PhET site, phet.colorado.edu. It's the same site we looked at last time. And we're going to go here to the simulation section, simulations. We're going to go down to by grade level, click. And I'm going to go to elementary school. And I'm going to go down to balancing act. So it's in this column, balancing act. And I'm going to push play. Okay, so there are three things that we can do on balancing act and talking about balancing forces. Let's come over here to the intro. So I want to see what the forces from objects are. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these items here and we're going to put them on this and see if we can get them to balance. Okay, so I'm going to put 5 kilograms here. And I'm going to put 10 kilograms here. Now, look at this arrow. Gravity is pulling it down with a large arrow. On this one, gravity is pulling down less because it's just got a smaller mass. So if I check and see what's going to happen if I go like this, oh yes, of course. There's an unbalanced force because this is a larger object than this one. So I can do a couple of things. I could bring this one over here. It still isn't the same. Even though they weigh 10 grams together, they're 10 grams over a larger area. This one is 10 grams right in that one section. I'm going to move the 10 kilograms over just a little bit. Oh, now there's too much over on this side. I'm going to move one of these down just a little bit. And now I have balanced forces. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can play this game. You can have the rulers on, you can have the markers on, and you can try putting this in different places and see where you could put this in order to get it to balance. Oh. So you just have to play around with it. Okay, so that's the intro. Then I want you to go to the balancing lab, and there's all these different things that you can balance. You can check out you can check out people. There's an 80 kilograms, and I have a small person at 20. I want to see if I can see the forces. There's a very large downward pull from gravity and not so much there. I'm going to check. Oh, way too much on this side. I think I'm going to move this guy over a little bit. And now it's balanced forces. Okay, so you can play with this game, and then you can go to here and actually play a different set of games. So we can look at level 1. So it says balance me. I want to see the marks. And here's 20 kilograms, and it's on number 4. And I need to have 20 kilograms, and I have to put it on number 4 in order to balance. I'm going to check. Correct. And then there's going to be a whole series of different things that you can balance. What will happen? This one's at 15 kilograms, and here's 10 kilograms. Let's see, do you think that it's going to balance? I think that this one is going to go this way. And let's check. I was right. So you can play these games. It's a lot of fun to look at how balanced and unbalanced forces make things move. Okay, so boys and girls, what we're going to do is we're going to get some supplies so we can build a paper tower. And we really want to focus on balancing the forces on our structure as we build. So you're going to need a ruler. You're going to need 50 pieces of paper that have been cut in half. 50, no more than 50. Some tape, scissors, and some piece of fruit. The fruit is going to be the weight that we put on top. I have a pear. You could have an apple or an orange. A grapefruit will probably be pretty heavy, but some type of fruit that you can balance on top of the tower and see if the tower is strong. Okay, so boys and girls, what we're going to do is that we're going to build a tower out of paper and tape. Now, paper is pretty flexible, pretty flimsy. I don't think to myself, wow, if I want to have a strong building material, I need to use paper. But we can change the properties of paper by changing its geometric shape. So one thing we can do is that we can create some triangles if we want. So that's a triangle, right? I can have some triangles, and triangles are much stronger. Like if I just have this piece of paper like this, one piece of paper, it falls quite a bit. But if I have a triangle, well, it fell over because of this. It's much stronger. It has more upward force to offset the pull of gravity, okay? So I could do a couple of triangles like this. I could put some like this here. So now I'm getting even more strength. So I could build with some triangles. I can also build with some columns. If I take my paper and I roll it into a tube and take some tape, then now the paper is even stronger. It's very strong. So I'm going to look at some different shapes. I'm going to think about columns. I'm going to think about triangles. And I'm going to prepare some, and I'm going to come back in a minute, and we'll see what we can do in terms of building a tower out of paper and balancing the forces. Okay, so what I did is I made a bunch of shapes. And now I'm going to start building and see if I can build a tower that's at least 15 inches high and that will stay balanced when I put my piece of fruit on top. Okay, so what I did is I remember I talked about some triangles, so I made some triangles. I added a little tape so they don't fall over. Now, they're not as strong as the columns I made, but there's a different thing that is good about the triangles. They have a wider base. So it has a wider base, it doesn't tip over. It doesn't become unbalanced. So there are some things that we can think about. So triangles, these triangles are not as strong. They don't push up as much, but they have a wider base. They don't tip over. If I wanted to, I could probably use 2 pieces of paper to make the triangle. That would make it a little stronger. Definitely this is stronger, the force pushing up, but tipping. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to put a column inside my triangle. So I get the best of both worlds. I get a wider base and strength. So I'm going to put some columns inside some triangles. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to test. And I'm going to do one more over here. Actually, I'm going to do one more here too. So I have 6 triangles and 6 columns on the first floor. And now I'm going to take 2 pieces of paper and I'm going to put it here. All right, I'm just going to see how my pear is right now. Oh, okay, does not fall down. I'm going to go again, another layer, triangle and column. Triangle and column. Triangle. And I'm going to make the second floor a little smaller because as I get higher up, I don't know if I need quite as big a base to keep my building going. I have one more triangle here and a column. Okay, and I'm going to put another layer of paper and see if my pear. Oh, hooray! Unfortunately, I've only gone 12 inches. So if for me to be successful, I have to go 15 inches or more and still hold the pear. Now, boys and girls, it's okay if you're not successful. The key is this: if I put the pear over here, the building becomes unbalanced. There's too much gravity pulling down on this side, and the building collapses. So only when your building doesn't collapse do you have balanced forces. When your building collapses, you have unbalanced forces. You know, when Coach Marty does the tree pose, he has balanced forces. When he falls down, he has unbalanced forces. All right, I want to see how tall you guys can make your paper tower. Take a picture. Ask your teacher for my email. Send me pictures of your paper towers. I will love to see it. All right, next week we're going to start talking about magnets. See you later, Cougars.